I have my PhD in science education from Ohio State University and a Master's of Arts in Biology from City University of New York and a Master's of Science Education from Columbia University. I value my international experiences and my experiences as a classroom teacher. I started as a Peace Corps volunteer back in 1982 and taught physics and biology in Kenya. And then I transitioned to work in the Bronx as a physics and biology teacher and science research coordinator back in 1986 to 1990. I have done a lot of writing of textbooks for Glencoe McGraw-Hill, and I was fortunate to be a Fulbright lecturer in science education at the University of Akureyri in Iceland from 1999 of January to summer of 1999. Some recent projects that I've been involved with: we just completed a integrating STEM literacy and language grant, working at people whose first language is not necessarily English and helping them learn both science and English. I was excited to be part of a pedagogy of grant where I worked with engineering professors in Pakistan at two top universities in Pakistan on how they can improve their classroom instruction. And I also was the principal investigator of a grant of girls collaborating in STEM experiences. And this one, we had a virtual exchange between high school girls in Cairo and Phoenix, and they were doing problem-based learning in science. A new grant that I have is Comunidad de Ciencia, which is working with 5th and 6th grade Latino American girls and their parents and trying to increase the involvement of girls in science. And I've been working a lot on garden-based learning and using urban farming to increase STEM interest. Some relevant journal articles and books I have are: I have a recent article looking at graphing as a tool in science teaching and how we can better prepare our pre-service teachers for using graphing in science. I have an article about the virtual exchange that I described, looking at some of the biology experiences that we had. We did a project in Pakistan where we came up with a solar power curriculum and did in-service training on teachers. And we have published an article about our work in Palestine. And then we also had problem-based learning modules as part of the grant with teaching English language learners. And Science and Children article about engineering and using a experience called Bears in a Boat. And on the right side are different books that I've had. I have a Teacher's Guide to Activity-Based Solar Energy Learning, which incorporates both print and multimedia. There is a book that I use in my classes called The Science Notebook, designed to model how a scientist would use their notebook. And then back in 2017, I wrote a book for helping our students to pass the NES General Science exam. And then there's a few other books along the way. This one goes back at the bottom to 2004, Biology, the Dynamics of Life, which was for a while the best-selling high school biology textbook in the United States.